Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In this video, we'll be creating employee payroll system. You see this spreadsheet where we'll be seeing how to calculate a salary for each of your staff in your company. Normally, every anything you have to create for being an app, being a program or anything, you have to get specification from the client and what to do with each of the items you want. So in this employee payroll system, we are looking at a system where an employee that is above level 7 does not stay in staff quarter and don't pay for housing allowance. So we'll be looking at housing allowance, the basic allowance, and the tax deducted. We deduct it in percentage. You see how to calculate percentage, and you see how to use the if function, and we'll still be walking you through some shortcuts in this video. Without further ado, let's open a new page and get started. So here I'll create employee, or just type the heading employee payroll. Then I'll have employee ID. Name, designation, then basic salary. I'll use B. I'll say housing allowance. Let's say 10% of your salary, they add it for your housing for everybody. Then let's say you have duty allowance. Okay, they add, let's say 3% of your salary as your duty allowance. Then we have let's have okay, we have, okay, depend on the design. Basically has to do with the specification of the client you are building the particular app, or in this case the spreadsheet for. So depend on the specification. So now here I have the designation of the client, designation of that employee, the basic salary, this is housing allowance, then this is duty allowance. Let's have health allowance, national, okay, let's say national health insurance scheme. So you're saving, they are giving you 8% of your salary, 8% of your salary as your health as allowance for both you and every of your dependents. So 8% of your salary. So then we see the gross salary, gross gross. And next we'll be looking at tax. We look at deductions. So I'll say let's have three distinct. I'll merge these cells, merge it, then I'll type deduction. So I'll say this one, these are deductions from your salary. Here I have here as tax tax tax. So let's say 3% of your salary. Then next we have voluntary saving. voluntary savings for those who are saving for future reference, for future purpose. So there are staff that can choose to save a particular amount from their salary. So it's voluntary savings. Then let's say housing scheme for those who are living in the staff quarter of the company. So housing scheme. In this case, we are going to be looking at it as those that are below salary level of grade 6 and below. They are living in the staff quarter in the sense that they cannot afford to a house based on their salary level. So the staff, the company have provided the staff quota for salary grade level 4, 6 down. So that is the design for this payroll. Then now we have the net salary. Okay, let's have the total deduction. Total. Okay, I'll just make total D for short. Total D as total deduction. Then I'll have the net salary, what is left after deduction and everything. So I'll just have the net salary. This is what we are going to be which each staff is going to be having at the end of the month. So this is the net salary. I'll just highlight this one and make it bold because I want them to be bold based on the fact that they are headings. So I'll make them bold. Let me color this one to know that it's deduction. It's just design. I'll just make it something red. Then I'll say these are coming in. So I'll make it green. I just give it a green color to show that these are what are coming in, and these are the deductions. So now I'll take note of this. This is just a simple shortcut in Microsoft Excel. So I'll number one. I have a series of number here, so I'll just drag this little arrow down. This little, you see this mark here, so I'll just drag it and pull it down. I need at least 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay, can be as much as you want, so you can have number. Take note of this little thing here, so I'll just click on this one and pick series to number it as it is. So you have number 1 to 19. You can make your own as much as your staff strength. So here I'm looking at from number 1 to 19. So I have random names, so I'll just create a random name. Yeah, I'll just forward the video and create random listing for you to see. All right, now I have created a random name for staff, and I've created salary grade level from level 4 to up to level 7. The basic idea is that level 7 they receive enough that can help them afford a housing elsewhere. Then level 6 and below they can't afford housing, so they live in this staff quarter. That's basic idea. So the staff is providing their housing for them. So here we are not going to have any salary grade level above 6 and above will not be having a housing, will not have accommodation in the staff quarters. So level 6 and below they have accommodation, and henceforth, and in that case, salary grade level 6 they contribute 3% of their salary as the housing scheme. They pay 3% from their salary to contribute to the company housing space. So here we are going to be creating a function that will calculate 3% from their salary, which is the deduction they will be removing. You see the savings, voluntary saving, they may decide to save, they may decide not to save. So it's optional, which is voluntary. So this one is composite as is 3% of their this 3% of their salary. So we are going to be making a function that will deduct 3% from their salary. So now housing allowance, they are giving every staff 10% as the housing allowance. Either you are living in staff quarter or you are not living in staff quarter, you have 10% of housing allowance. Then 10% of your salary as your housing allowance. So now we create a function that will calculate 10% of the salary. So how do we do this? We have, first of all, to create any function in Microsoft Excel, you have equal sign. So we have our equal sign, equal. Take note, I selected this cell. In our previous video, we did this. We did multiplication and simple mathematical calculation. If you have not seen it, you can just go back and watch that video so that to make it easy for you to know how to enter these data. So what I will do is I'll say this one. Okay. So I will repeat this function. I'll just drag this thing down to repeat the formula down instead of me to retyping it. So you see 10% of 54,000 is 5,400. So they receive this one in addition to their salary. So duty allowance is 3% of your salary. So I will calculate 3%. We'll do the same thing. I'll just say equal sign. I'll type my equal sign, then select the salary. Then I'll now multiply times this one 3% all over 100 percentage. So we have this one added to the salary. Then now national health is as the national health insurance scheme is 8% of your salary. So let's have it. I'll say equal to salary times 8 8 divided by 100. So I'll have this one. So I will extend this one. I can either drag this one down to create the function, or I'll just double click on this one to create the function down for me. So these are shortcuts that you should take note of. Really make jobs easier while working. So I will spread this one too. So it has calculated everything. So what I will do now is to add this. These are all the income. This is what you are earning at the end of the month before deduction. So I'll add this together. I'll look at I'll add this national health insurance scheme, then I'll have the duty allowance, then I'll have our housing allowance plus the basic salary together. This is our gross salary. So I'll make it. So I'll add the whole of this together. I'll say equal to, if you can, I'll say this plus this, or I can just sum. I just click this one. See this function here, auto sum. So I'll just auto sum. So it's summing from cell C4 to cell G4. I don't want it from cell C4. I'm summing from D4 to G4. So I will remove this C4. So I'll make it D4. D4. So I'll sum this one. This is what I'm summing. So this is the gross salary. I can extend this one so that it will apply to every of our staff. So I'll extend this. I've extended this one. So now let's start deduction. Let's look at the deductions that I'll be having at the end of each month. So it's 3%. So I'll say 3% of the gross salary. 3% of the gross salary. That's what we deduct at the end of the month. So let's deduct 3%. So I'll say equal to, as in every other formula in Excel, we start with equal to. So I'll say equal to this cell multiply by 3. So that is it. This is our task for the month. I'll spread it to cover for every of our staff. Then voluntary saving. Let's create savings for each staff. Let's say this staff is saving 2,000, 3,000, you know. Let's create random number. This staff is not saving. This one is saving. Let's say 1,002 monthly. This one is saving 3. This one is saving 2. This one decide not to be saving because you want his salary in full. This one is saving 1, just to say something. This one is saving. This one I said this I can save since I'm staying in staff quarter, so it's saving a lot. This one is saving. So since it's a voluntary saving, so any staff can choose to save any amount that so wish. So let me just let's pick this and repeat it here. Okay, these are the compulsory saving. Then now we say 3% of each of the staff that are saving, that are staying in the staff quarter. Here, this is what I want you to take proper note of. We'll be using the if function in this place. So the if function will not come in here because I will have some staff that are staying, some are not staying. So we create a function here to say that if a staff is staying in the staff quarter, you know, we deduct 3% from the salary. But if it's not staying in the staff quarter, we don't deduct anything from the salary. We deduct 0 from the we don't deduct anything from the salary, which is 0. So that's what we're going to be using here. So we use the if function to get that. So to start with, I'll say uh if I'll say if then I'll create the condition, logical test. So I'll create the condition now. I'll say if this is the gross salary, so I'll say if it's staying in staff quota, that is, sorry, uh if the staff is staying in staff quota, which is this column here, I'll rate it from the column, the income, the gross income. So I'll say um staying C4, C4, H4, staying less than, sorry, I'm looking at the salary grade level. So we are looking at salary grade level. Remember I said if the staff is up to level 7, it's not staying in the staff quarter because he can afford to, you know, rent an apartment outside the company. So I will look at this one. If the staff is staying here, which is less than equal to 6, now is level 6. Level 6, they can afford to stay in staff quarter. So if they are staying in the staff quarter, which is level 6, then less than or equal to 6, I'll make it 6. This is level 6. Then comma, to create the condition, then I'll say deduct from this salary, this is the salary. Then I'll deduct how many percent? 3%. Multiply by 3 all over 4 all over 100. Then I'll create comma, or if this, that is what I'm saying now, if the staff is, if any is level 6 and below, you understand, you deduct, this is level 6 and below, you understand, less than or equal to level 6 and below, you deduct 3% of the amount of his salary monthly for housing scheme. But if it's not staying in the staff quarter, don't deduct anything. I'll just give it 0 and I'll close it. So to create that function for me. Now look at this one. This is level 7. It's not staying in the staff quarter. So basically you are not deducting anything from the salary. Then let's spread it for the other guys and see what. So you see, let's say this is Hillary Wood. For this month his salary is below, his salary grade level is below, is level 6. So we are deducting 2000 2250.6 from his salary monthly. So that is that. So let's have our total deduction. Our total deduction is to sum this one. We are summing the housing scheme, summing the voluntary saving, and the task. So that is the total deduction. So I can just create my function. I'll say equal to g I this I4 to K4. So I'll just say equal to, or alternatively I can just click my sum then specify. I'll just select the cell and auto sum. So you see it's summing from here to here from me. So I'll say okay, this is the total deduction for the month for this particular staff. So I will spread it to take the other staff. So I'll just spread it down. So I'll see the total deduction for every staff. So our net salary now is our net salary will now be this gross salary minus the the total deduction. So we deduct this one from this one. So I believe everyone by now everyone can create a function that will subtract this from this. So if you can do it, just pause the video and try it. Well, if you get it, congratulations. But if you don't get it, it's very simple. So we just say equal to sign, then we say this cell minus this cell as well. So I'll just say, so this is what James Michael will be receiving at the end of the month. So I'll spread it for each of the staff. So you see how it is for to create this, how simple as it can be for you to create an employee work rule. So I can merge this cell. You can do it yourself. Just merge this cell. I believe we merged cell in our previous video, so I'll just merge this cell and make it I can bold in this one. You can do that if you have been going through our classes in our previous videos. So you can do that. It's pretty simple. So that is it. Then now I will since we are in Nigeria, we'll take it, we use naira. So I will create our naira this thing. I'll come here, I'll click on this drop down, this little arrow here. So I'll click on the arrow and I'll say more accounting format. So I'll say this one here. I can take the currency format. You see various currency the world in the world. So I'll just look for the one that I can use. So yeah, I can use any of these, then I'm okay. Yeah, so that's converted it to naira for me. So this is for Hilary James is receiving 137 naira 844 naira per month after every deduction. So you see, it's basically easy for you to see the what each staff of this company is earning per month. That is it. Yeah, that is it. Basically it for this video. I Please remember to subscribe to this video, and if you like my content, please share it, click on the like button, and make sure you always click on the notification so that when I upload any video, you'll be first to be notified, as we have a whole lot of video to bring to you. Thank you.